I had an amazing experience yesterday, and I only really learned how amazing it was until today. I had an appointment yesterday, medical appointment, about an hour from my house. And, you know, I ordinarily just drive myself there and back. I mean, I'm pretty capable of doing that. I've done it a lot. But for some reason, I said to my friend, who is just wonderful because he didn't even question it, I just said, can you ride me? I don't even know why I'm asking, but I mean, there have been times in my life when I haven't been able to drive. But I've been driving for years now, and it's fine. So anyway, I just said, you know, would you do this? And without even grilling me about why, he just said, yeah, of course. And then today, the same guy was going to get the car inspected for me. It was overdue, and anyway, he just said, I'll bring it in tomorrow and do the inspection. God. And it turned out what's called the subframe, in other words, the basic thing upon which the car is built, the subframe, was shit. It was rusted through. It's like a no-go. The car wouldn't have passed an inspection without getting a whole new subframe. Who knew? Not only that, while my friend was there, you know, he was driving around, I guess, to get in the proper garage bay for the inspection. The brake line broke. You know, I mean, it still had rear brakes, but no front brakes, or vice versa. So he drove home from the inspection station very carefully because he only had one set of brakes. You know, and it gets worse from there, but suffice it to say, I think what was going on was this intuition I had about don't drive, because the car could have literally fallen apart. I could have hit the brakes and they would have gone splat. I just had such an uneasy feeling about it. And granted, it could have happened with this person behind the wheel, but they're more used to crashing cars. I mean, I hate to say it, but this is a mechanic who... So if I had been too embarrassed to say, will you take me? At the very least, I could have ended up on the side of the road, or I could have smashed into the person in front of me. You know, there are just 101 ways where this really could have gone off the rails. And I felt stupid to ask, and yet. So I think that's an important aspect of intuition, is it could well have been fear. And that's what I was afraid of, is that I was passing the buck to somebody else. Will you drive me? Because I'm inexplicably scared. You know, it almost quacked like agoraphobia or something. It didn't feel like that. And there are many times when I have the impulse to have somebody else do something for me, you know, drive me or blah, blah, blah. And it's not about the wheels coming off the car. But this time it just made me prick up my ears that sometimes intuition speaks quietly. And sometimes it, by answering it, by following it, by taking the lead from that part of you that says, whoa now, you know, like the brake lines are about to, while it may look embarrassing in the moment, bears out down the road, you know. Which one? I think it's this one. So, you know, let that be a lesson to me. I mean, I won't know next time really any better than I did this time. What's going on, or where the messages are coming, or are they fear? Because I think that's often, there's a question, is this fear telling me don't get on the road, or is this wishful thinking when I intuit that something great is going to happen? And I don't think it's a, you know, it's not like it goes ding, 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 right you are, in the moment. Hangman. Supposed to take that, so hang on, let me just concentrate a little bit here. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, and two more that popped out just when I moved the deck. Put the coffee down, Liza. It's like pry it out of my hands. We have Hangman, Hanged One, card of Pisces. I don't quite believe this, so, oh my God, stop. They won't stop. Spirit is really loud this morning. Okay, that's supposed to stay up. I mean, I can hardly stand it. Card of Pisces, a card of feelings, and to me a card of emotional deep dive or consideration that involves holding still. You know, not having, letting momentum build up or pause in the momentum to sort of hold up and say, you know, let me look at this from a new perspective, emotionally. Queen of Cups. Emotionally, Cups energy, feelings energy, water energy. And then Tower. I see this as a card of Scorpio, more water energy, a card of transformation, but often something that obliterates the thing that was there before. It works in our favor. It releases us, this release business, maybe from a period of suspension where we were, some feeling had to mature. I often see this as kind of like the chrysalis of the butterfly hanging in the, you know, the cocoon. There's this change taking place on an emotional level, but it needed time to do that. It's a question around love and how it changes us. This could be somebody, you know, stopping, checking in with themselves and following their intuition that they're, you know, the brake lines are gonna but this is something happening in this person's psyche, like the waters are breaking, something that was perhaps even in denial. You know, I'll wait, because this is a card of suspension. I'll wait it out. I won't move. I just won't move, and we'll see what happens, what shakes loose. And what shakes loose is the foundation of this paradigm, or this structure, or this story. And it liberates us. All these scorpionic, you know, butterfly images there. So we have transformation twice over on an emotional level that really marks a release. And I've really never focused on it before, but there's a snake behind this person. You know, shedding its skin. Again, like the chrysalis, it's a period of change. Shedding its skin, I'll say, just breaking out of that cocoon or that, you know, some change has been accomplished so that, you know, you can't live in this anymore. You can't regressively go back into the cocoon. You. Could be the other guy, could be a friend, could be, we don't really know. Well, it's somebody who, in the wake of the tower, because there's a tower in the background there. It could be in the pre-rumbles of that tower. It's already started to kind of degrade here. And this person is kind of hanging on to their proverbial hat because it's rumbling. And as much as this person is lined up for change, or somebody is, there's also a kind of, what am I going to lose? What'll I have left in real terms on the other side of this dramatic emotional change? What aspects of my life, Pentacles energy, will really get loosened and maybe to the point where I have to let go? But it's a hang on tight energy. Page of Wands, the beginning of the journey. I mean, very different energies. This is kind of hunker down. I'll save everything I can, every resource, everything I've worked for. I'll walk away. Chariot. These are all these major arcana that popped out. Hangman, Tower, Chariot, and there's one more over here. I might as well show it to you, so I don't want to be a tease. Devil. And ordinarily, devil can be, the thing we have to free ourselves from because it's stunting our growth. Tower, the liberation. Something was stunting us emotionally, perhaps. And maybe it was our desire for safety. Could be financial safety or just anything that has to do maybe with one's sense of security, with ground. Is the ground under my feet just... and there are philosophies that say, yes, the ground is always disappearing under your feet. We live in time, Pentacles energy, and don't, what's that thing? Don't store up your treasure where things can mold and, I can't remember, it's a biblical thing, like, don't store your treasure here. It's something that really can't be contained and that you somehow carry with you every step of the way. Emotional forward movement. A lot of water energy here. Pisces and Cancer and Scorpio, the whole panoply of the full range of emotion. And this is being able to ride forward on that fresh feeling. Once this is past and we've kind of gotten our shit back together, say, some ground under our feet, we can move forward on a 3D level. And this guy on the board is walking away from the catastrophe, whatever this lockdown moment was after the tower. I think that this person had an intuition that something was going to blow. Because I can't get over the fact that the tower is still somewhat intact in this moment where the person is trying to keep all the bases covered or, keep things shored up as much as possible. And then before it blows, having the intuition to hit the road. Pilgrim on the path, taking advantage of this situation that maybe by shifting perspective, the Tower actually becomes the vehicle for emotional liberation and forward movement. And it's really liberating. I mean, because as long as you're like this, you're not moving anywhere. Well, somebody's moving. And then this. And I think, you know, a devil can be interpreted a lot of ways. It often gets a very negative interpretation. And it is a card of being stuck and hanging on. I'll give you that. In Earth energy, Capricorn. But I think here it's like, hang on, let the Tower happen. I mean, it's not like let it. It's really beyond our control, something beyond our control, or beyond our everyday control, because the psyche needs this freedom, right? Whatever thing it's been, whatever paradigm it's been working with, it's matured in this chrysalis state. It's now going boom, and here we are. This is the hard work that went into letting go. Because Pentacles can be work and time and so forth, and this is a freeing oneself from what holds us back. You know, it's a pretty cohesive read. What holds us back? So when the moment comes to move, we can feel it intuitively. And we move. Chariot. I just like that a lot. There is on the bottom of the deck, 10 of Wands. So there's some cycle that's closing out, which allows for this thing. You know, it's over. Alice doesn't live here anymore. It's the next bigger thing that's going to come once this, because what's popping out, I was going to say chrysalis, what's popping out is the poppy popping out. And the new life, all the butterfly images. Sorry, I got a little lost there for a second. All right, do we, yeah. So, tell us about the new perspective, please. Hang one. That we somehow gain. Now, somebody said the other day we're moving into the year of the snake. So that may have something to do with this. Like in the new year. And I think you'll be ready for whatever this is. And it's not like, you know, the break lines, I think, is a proper image only in the sense of this freedom to move forward. You know, that the breaks somehow were, you know, almost like trying to drive with the emergency brake on. This is the brake. You know, stop, stop, stop. Everything needs to stay the same, at least for this minute, this couple of beats of time while this thing completes its self-demolition. Driving with the brakes on. And this is when you get your foot off the brake, or somebody does, they can move. I think this person was staying in this kind of crouched down, 4 of coins, I can't move, devil, I can't move position, while some kind of inner work was being done. You know, I don't think this is the outer circumstance. I think it's because this can be a card of epiphany. You know, divine timing really is at work here, because now it's go time. We had that yesterday, I think, or day before. I missed a day. and that end of cycle. You know, it's moving forward once the other things have been accomplished, so that somebody can go on a spiritual track. This 10 of Wands, some like mystical knowledge has been acquired. Because some 3D burden was laid down. Something very heavy that kept somebody stuck in place. And I think, well, I'm not sure how the energies break down here. I think this was sort of like clinging to an old paradigm, that tower image, or an old idea of yourself. You know, that actually this metamorphosis happened, and you only just saw it in a new perspective, which like blew up the old paradigm. Something really is not like done and dusted, but it's a little bit like that, because I'm getting the image of the El Camino and hitting the trail and the dust. Kind of eat my dust a little bit. I'd also written down dust devil, you know, the kind of whirling whirlwind. There may be a little bit of that once we come out of this lockdown crouch. This is scary. I've got to stay secure. Okay, on Hangman, 8 of Swords. That's the mental trap. You know, and the key out of that cage was emotional. It's a new perspective on something to do with how I feel about things. And I think that this kind of lockdown energy we're seeing here again. We're seeing the liberation, the ability to work hard, Capricorn energy, to free yourself from the mental block, from the emotional block. On Tower, King of Swords. That's a way of understanding something, but you notice this guy has all the armor on. It's the samurai. It's something to do with honor and like allegiance. And in sword energy, we have this. Honor and allegiance. Okay, can you tell us what that means? Page of Swords, Page of Wands, King of Swords. What does this path, the new path, have to do with a new emotional perspective, or liberation, or honor and allegiance? Hierophant. Card of Taurus. Higher power. You know, we're once the devotee, you know, these little characters down here, and the big dominant image being the Bodhi, the Buddha, the enlightened one. So it's not just about this kind of intelligence. Didn't I say as spiritual knowledge? This may be clarity and discernment and that kind of air energy, even a willingness to do this, to kind of take a whack at the old paradigm with the sword of truth, with the sword of clarity. I'll clear away the debris left behind as well. I've got a new way of thinking about things that is empowering me and liberating me from this mental Eight of Swords cage. What's impelling this person on the path forward, the pilgrim on the path? Well, they're following intuitively their higher power, God within, however you want to look at that thing we can tap into that will guide us and is always working in our best interest, is always working to liberate us. And part of the work is shadow work. What holds me back? Do I have the courage to walk, to boldly go, staff in hand, into this spiritual realm? Ten of Wands, this monk, etc. Let's get one on Queen of Cups. Is it this? Okay, it's Knight of Pentacles. That's the 3D, slow, steady path. And there's something about the elephant and loyalty, too. Somebody's sure-footed. And it's not this kind of sure-footedness, which is, all 4 feet, or the feet and the arms, all immobilized. This is working to free yourself. This is the 3D path walking forward based on this spiritual intuition. This is a great read. King of Cups. King and Queen of Cups on the board. Emotional accord. And I think this has to do, King of Cups, King of Swords is the same person, not necessarily a gender male, but maybe there's a double dose here. But this is the stand back and look at something. What is true? What is honorable for me? What's the truth I'm willing to fight for, even if it brings down some long-held idea of how it was supposed to be? And in what way does that liberate, like giving myself permission to feel. I think King of Swords is giving themselves permission to feel. And is, initially uncomfortable with that because they want to stand back and analyze. They may have realized, having taken a different perspective, stopped and let their feelings mature, they're able now to see and understand, sword energy, what's been holding them back, the mental trap, the physical trap. And now this person, King of Cups, despite being in some ways not afraid of feeling, but when they love deeply. When they love deeply. And they're matched with Queen of Cups. But, again, this is blowing up the intellectual paradigm. The old system of beliefs that tried to, govern the way we feel. Telling us what we can't, what feelings are appropriate. When does affection become attachment? The heart wants what the heart wants. Is there more? I just feel like, okay. Ace of Pentacles, it's a new start. You know, on that heart level, beginning to rebuild that tower with the viable cornerstone or keystone, or that to begin to rebuild what the tower has brought down on a whole new footing, because tower is all about an unstable footing is why it can come down, and it needs to for this new beginning, which is 3D. It's the big seed. It's the big opportunity to make something real. But it's also very much about the, you know, how love is made visible. How love is made visible. Three of Wands. Manifesting it. You know, this is the work of manifestation in Wands energy. I start out really not knowing where my destination is. I follow my intuition. You know, I manifest what it is I want and desire, Wands energy. I can almost feel the heat of it, the life of it, the draw of it. And I couldn't figure out how these two should be arranged. And I think they do kind of go this way. But this person is anticipating the arrival of this person. Somebody's coming home. That's the feeling I get, guided by, you know, this kind of celestial map coming in for a landing. Somehow these two have gotten into emotional alignment, and I think for a while they each had to walk their own path. They may have felt like parallel paths. This sort of two sphinx or two horses or whatever. Here it's two rams. That alignment, that emotional alignment, allows for this new beginning, and it may not be right away, but we can see it from here. Terra firma. Ground under our feet. And it's not the frozen ground of Four of Pentacles devil. It's on the move, you know, in the midst of the change. It's like embracing the change, closing out the cycle, moving forward emotionally, and what's next? It sort of ends on a question, which I think is lovely. After all this lockdown, you know, I can't move if I have to risk too much. If I have to rethink my life, Eight of Swords, to this optimism of Three of Wands, this openness, out of the head into the heart, out of the logical mind into a mind that can be blown, Tower, you know, absolutely blown, have an epiphany that loosens everything up. You know, the tower, the foundation moves, but as it shifts, it allows things to resettle in a different way. This Ace of Pentacles. Love it. Love this. And here's to the mystery that got me home the other day, me and my friend. Give it up for the mystery. I'll see you guys next time.